Hey, on the channel, we're at the end of the Marvel Legends supervillain wave. We're going to build-a-figure Xemnu, and then we're going to rank the entire wave from my favorite to least favorite. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue our Marvel Legends supervillain wave unboxings and review. And today, we're building the Build-A-Figure, and we're going to rank the entire wave from my favorite to my least favorite. But remember, for all your Marvel Legends needs, including the supervillain wave, make sure you hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So here it is. We got all the parts. We got Xemnu laid out here. We got 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso, and a head. And I'm going to try to put it together. Hopefully this puts together just like butter and we'll be good. Maybe I'll have to stop the video and go get the hairdryer and heat it up. I hope not. We've had to do that before, but I'm hoping this one pops together. We could talk about it. We can compare it to a few other figures, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to stick it in the arm first. Popped in like a glove. Oh, I already love it. I just love big figures. You guys know me. I'm a big figure guy. I absolutely love Build-A-Figures too, and I think Build-A-Figures, we've talked about on the channel before, it's genius. It's genius. I think every line should have Build-A-Figures. People hate them, and they love them. There's a love-hate. I absolutely love them because it makes everybody buy characters sometimes they don't want, which is great for Hasbro. Bad for some collectors that don't want people, but you can always trade pieces. You can do some of that stuff out there. I can understand where people wouldn't like it, but I love it. I love the idea of putting something together. It feels like a free figure, especially when you get these big figures. There's nothing worse than you get like a Hit Monkey or something as a Build-A-Figure, but when you get a big figure like the Xemnu, absolutely love it. I would love to see this more in the wrestling figures, Star Wars figures. Get us some bigger creatures, bigger aliens. That's a great way to do it, and it's going to make the company more money, theoretically, at least if you're a person like me. That is for sure. All right, see if I get these legs in. That's usually the hard one. Popped it in, though. So far, we're doing pretty good. This one's going together very well. For a second, I thought I had the wrong leg and the wrong leg, but the leg and the wrong leg. That happens. It happens. There it is. Pop that in too. Look at this guy. He is a big, big dude. I can't wait till we get that next this is an Iron Man line. I forgot about it. It's kind of the forgotten line with the MCU line, the supervillains line, and some of these other lines coming out. There's that Iron Man one that has the Ursa Major, the big bear. Oh man, sign me up all day long. That very well could be my favorite figure this year. That just looks next level. But Xemnu, he's going to be something special too. If I can get his head on, we'll see. We'll see. Can I get it on? Maybe. Pop it in there. Oh! There we go. The head was the toughest one. Didn't give me that big click, but I do like it. He is a big, big figure. That is for sure. And you guys know I love big figures. So Xemnu is one I am not familiar of. Maybe I've seen him. I have absolutely no recollection of this character. Apparently he's like a 70s Hulk villain, which is very cool. We need all more Hulk villains, and Hulk should be fighting the biggest, baddest dudes around. A lot of reuse with this one, but a lot of new stuff with this one as well. I can see right off the bat, I didn't know about this till I'm looking at it now. You guys remember Alpha Flight's Sasquatch Build-A-Figure? There is some Sasquatch parts here, but what I originally think of, and it's very easy to do, is the old Wendigo. You remember the Wendigo Build-A-Figure as well? This is one I really liked back in the day. But really not a lot of crossover. You got the same arms, but not the same hands. I would say the biceps and everything are the same. You got this little belt on this guy here. It does affect some of his ab crunch, so you can give him some back ab crunch, but not a lot forward with that. Kind of gets in the way. But he's got a lot of similarities from this guy, but some differences as well. Man, that Wendigo is a bad-looking dude. I would not want to meet up with him in a dark, snowy night up in northern Canada when I'm just strolling, taking a walk, which has never happened. I've never went to Canada. And the funny thing is, there's only 2 places in the world. I'm not a big traveler. I travel around the Midwest. If I ever get a day off, which never happens, I'm a 7-day-a-week worker. I'm working, 70 hours a week at minimum every week, plus filming the shows for you guys. This is my lay down time. This is my time to relax, I guess. But I don't really ever want to travel. It just seems like too much work. I've traveled around a little bit here and there, but nothing like the majority of the people I know. A lot of people go on vacations every year. I'm lucky if I could ever get one full day off. It just never happens. It's the life I live. This is what I signed up for. But, you know, my wife gets a great life. My kids get a great life. So I always say that's good. They can enjoy time and swimming in the pool and all that kind of stuff. And I can do paperwork in my office in a dark room and bang my head on the desk every once in a while. But I have two places I've always wanted to go. Australia for some reason, and Canada. I don't know. Canada's not that far away. I could, you know, be in the Winnipeg Toys R Us is exactly, I think, 8 hours from my house. Exactly 8 hours. I'm thinking, once the borders open up, I'm driving to Toys R Us. I might as well. I need to go see Toys R Us again. I need to experience it. I can imagine driving all the way up there and nothing. The shelves are empty. It's just a waste of time. I say, head home. Head home. I'll tell the kids, hey, guys, we're going on a great Canadian vacation adventure. Let's go. We're going up there. We're going to do all this stuff. Oh, there's a Toys R Us here. Let's stop there. Nothing there, and then we turn around and go right back home. Right back home. I don't know. But I imagine, you know, these guys hanging out in Canada, it's just something about the white coats and the big fluffy coats. Like, they got to stay warm. And you think of the Hulk wandering Canada. You think of Wolverine fighting the Wendigo and Hulk up there. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But back to Xemnu. And I don't know the character at all. He's got the metal helmet on. He's got his waist belt on. Some reuse from Wendigo, some reuse from Sasquatch, but you got new hands, definitely a new head, you got new feet with the 3 toes. I like this. Once again, no stranger to this line. I don't know all the characters. You can't be an expert on everything, but I do know big figures, and I do know hairy figures, and that is things I like. So I get a pass for this guy. It's a way for some of those deep fans, some of those old school fans and the deep cut Hulk fans, apparently, to get another cool figure that can go toe-to-toe with Hulk. But can I get him to stand? The ringside stand does fit in, but he's such a big character, he's going to be pretty top-heavy. You got to pose him just right. But let's grab Hulk from the Hulk Wolverine 2-pack. Right there. So right there, about the same size as Hulk. I love it. You're going to have these guys squaring off, you know, just going down. Oh, there it is. He gave him the big old right hook. He's down there. He's beating him. He's throwing him. Whoa, big back body drop. And this is how I played as a kid. I had to get my wrestling moves in. And, oh, Xemnu's coming hot. But I think he's got psychic powers. So he's, oh, no, he's got him down there. All of a sudden, Wendigo comes in. And now they all hate Wendigo. It's a 3-way battle. Who's going to win? And then all of a sudden, we get another character. Who wants to come join this fight? How about an AIM scientist? Oh, he comes in and Xemnu just nails him out of there. There it goes. Anyways, long story short, playtime is over. Xemnu is a Build-A-Figure. I can see some people not wanting anything to do with this. For me, check some of my boxes, so I do want something to do with this. I do love a good Build-A-Figure, as you guys know. So I'm okay with this. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments and below. Were you mad? You okay? You passed on this? Does nothing for you? I could see that being the case for a lot of you out there, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you need this Build-A-Figure? You know, there's people like me that have no idea who this is, but they don't even like big figures, don't care about big figures, so it's an easy pass for them. But for me, anytime I can get a Hulk-sized figure to be on a shelf and a big figure that really stands out, and then on top of that, he's hairy, sign me up all day long. That's Xemnu for you. Now is the time of the video where we rank the whole order from my favorite to my least favorite. Who made the cut? You guys get your list together and let's compare them. Let's do it. Let's rank them. All right, welcome back. It's time to rank these guys from my favorite to my least favorite. Let's get it underway, and I'll talk about each reason why and each character briefly, and then we'll finish up the whole video series on the Marvel Legends Supervillain wave. But number one, to no surprise, if you watched all the reviews, you saw me gushing all over this. A figure I've been wanting for so long is finally here, and that's Lady Deathstrike at number one. I'm a Wolverine fan. That's where I cut my comic teeth as a kid. I grew up with the animated series, all that kind of fun stuff. Lady Deathstrike was all over the Wolverine comics when I was actively collecting back in the day. And I've been wanting a figure like this for so long. So this hits me in the nostalgia feels. And then on top of that, it's just a great figure. It looks like her. You close your eyes, think Lady Deathstrike, bam, that's exactly what you get. So number one, clear winner for me. The easiest one I could decide right off the bat. I knew that was going to be number one as I was reviewing that. I didn't want to try to give it away, but I think most of you guys probably knew where that was headed. Number two, though, maybe a little bit of a surprise here, maybe not. You guys know I love hairy creatures. I love big figures. I love Build-A-Figures. Don't know anything about the character, but I love the size. I love the hairiness of him. I just love what this represents, and it's Xemnu. Apparently an Incredible Hulk villain, as we've dissected and found out from reading a little bit about him. A deep, deep cut, possibly the deepest Build-A-Figure cut of all time. Maybe, was there something, a bigger, deeper cut as a Build-A-Figure? You guys tell me in the comments, but he's coming in at number 2. Number 3 is a huge surprise for me, and a character I've never even heard of, the Hood. Never heard of him ever until they announced him here. But just what this figure is and what it represents, I just absolutely love it. I love the 2 pistols he comes with the effects, all guns blazing. The hood is really cool accessory, and then you also have the reuse out of this body. You could use him as a guy in a crowd. You could use him as a guy getting beat by a villain. He doesn't have to be the Hood. You could use him as just a civilian. So you get different uses out of this character. I love the screaming, angry face on him. Just the craziness of this character, and then not even knowing who he is. I can't believe he's number 3, but here he is. Number 3 is the Hood. I really like this one. If I can find another one on clearance one day, or used or loose, I'll probably pick another one of these up one day. That's how much I like this figure. Getting to number 4. Number 4 and number 5 could easily switch back and forth. I'm not really sure. As of right now, I'm putting Doom ahead of Arcade, and the thing that put him above for me was the skull and the trap jaw on the skull and the whole spine of Thanos, this whole thing. Just took that over the top. If it didn't have that accessory, I think Arcade would have took it for me. So that's how it is. Dr. Doom, probably the most famous villain out of this whole bunch. Maybe Red Skull, but I gotta think Dr. Doom is the most famous of the bunch. You tell me who's more famous, Red Skull, Dr. Doom? I'm going to say Doom by a hair. But, you know, the White Knight Dr. Doom, I guess, Battle World Dr. Doom, not familiar with this incarnation of the character, but this put it over the top for me, so I did put him here. Next up is Arcade. Now, Arcade's a villain I know very well. We talked about it in the review. I understand the character. I like this. I like getting this. Just a little bit plain. It's just a guy in a suit at the end of the day. I do like to give us extra heads with this one. I think that is really cool. I like the scepter piece. I love the platform shoes. They nailed that. A very good figure. One you should have in your collection, especially if you're an X-Men fan collector. You need Arcade in there. But then the final 2, and this is interesting for me. I don't know if I would have really netted these out, especially Red Skull. I haven't come around on this Red Skull yet. I'm kind of, really can't feel what I think about this. I like the look of this new body, kind of the overall janitor kind of outfit, the big suited kind of, I don't know what you call it, but I like that, and both of these do have the same body going on. But there's just something about the elbow and knee articulation that just strikes me weird on this one. And then I'm not sure what head sculpt I like better. So I don't know, it's just, I needed a comic Red Skull, so I'm happy I have this in my collection. I'm just not sure where I feel about it, and I felt differently about these, and that's why he ended up all the way down here for me. But there's still some stuff to like with this one. We get some good accessories, we get some good extra head and stuff like that, but just fell in line second from the bottom for me. And then finally for me, I'm not really surprised by this, but maybe some people would be. Dormammu. Didn't read Doctor Strange, really don't know the character all that much. Same issues with the body I had with Red Skull I have with this one as well. So it kind of goes, which one do you know better? Well, I know Red Skull a lot better. He's going to be ahead. I don't know. Just not what I'm looking for. A few inaccuracies here. I don't know why he's got the wrist joints. It's kind of weird because they're kind of a little bit loose on mine. But I do like some of the extra attention to details, like the spikes around his boots and stuff like that. So there's some good stuff here. Maybe if I had more of a classic connection to that figure in the comics and stuff like that, maybe he would be a little higher, but I have zero connection to him. And just some of the issues I had, that's what puts him at the bottom of the list. So there it is, the Marvel Legends Hasbro Super Villains Wave. That's how I rank them. Now it's your guys' turn. In the comments below, tell me your favorites. Tell me if you're getting them all, if you're picking and choosing, if you're passing on the set, your thoughts on the Build-A-Figure. Give me your comments on this Marvel Legends Wave. Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? Are you like me? You don't know who the Hood is? You don't know who Xemnu is? I can very much guess there's some of you guys out there in the same boat as me that aren't familiar with these characters, but man, who'd have thunk it that 2 characters here that I don't even know are at the top of the list. It's amazing how that goes. That's how good the figures are, that supersede your knowledge of the actual figures out there. So I think that's really cool. But leave me all your comments below. Don't forget to like the video. You made it this far. You made it through this series. You watch the videos every day. Make sure you give it a little like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're climbing every single day. Got a lot of good giveaways, a lot of good things to plan. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Share this video with a friend that might want to see it. Make sure they get subscribed to, all that kind of fun stuff. Don't forget to follow me on social media. Don't forget to go to Pro Wrestling Tees/Kyle Peterson, the brand new t-shirt store. Make sure you pick up a shirt this week. ProWrestlingTees.com. Be the most fashionable guy or gal in your whole neighborhood. There you go. And then follow me on Twitter at SirPaul64. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So there it is, the whole Supervillain Wave Marvel Legend. It was a fun one to unbox. I love it when we get to unbox these all in one week. It's always a good time. Bring on the next set, Marvel Legends team. I'll be ready, and we'll be back here on the channel to unbox every single one of them. So for the whole Supervillains team, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.